Hello friends, it is Jill here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am an author, artist, and creative entrepreneur who's been reinventing my business since January, and also in January is when I started this YouTube channel. So if you are familiar with my content, you probably know that I do a weekly Wins Wednesday video wherein I share my small wins from my business from the past week in hopes of inspiring you to either do the same as far as recording and patting yourself on the back for your small wins. Or if you're feeling stuck in your current job, maybe I'll inspire you to move on from that and to pursue something creative yourself. So in any case, I skipped last week's weekly Wins Wednesday video because I had really been feeling like if I didn't take a break from recording myself for YouTube, I was really going to hit a wall with it. So it wasn't the easiest decision to come to, but I was like, you know what? I really want to just not record myself at all for at least a full week. And I did succeed in that goal. So I skipped weekly wins last week. And I also didn't hold myself to writing down wins every single day if I didn't feel that there was something that was an actual win to bother writing down. Normally I try to write down something every day, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take my foot off the gas with this a little bit because I really needed to work on some other creative projects that needed more focus. And so I didn't wanna force myself to be too administrative last week. So anyway, that being said, I'm first going to go through the wins that I recorded in my little notebook here, and then I'm gonna just chat with you guys. It's been a while since I've done an entrepreneurial chat on one of my weekly Wednesday videos, so let's get into this first and then we'll switch gears. Okay. All right, so on Thursday, April 9th, I laid out most of chapter 3 for my third book in Adobe InDesign. And for my fourth book, which is very much a work in progress, I'm only in the manuscript phase on that, I noted a writing streak day 5 for that on Thursday the 9th. The next day, I hit writing streak day 6, and I also got some more varied week in my life footage that day. I had realized that I was only filming at my desk for the first couple days of my week in my life video, so it was a win for me that I finally got away from my desk to get some other footage of the rest of my life, not just me sitting here and working. Then I skipped all the way to Tuesday the 14th. I have a wall calendar over there, by the way, so when you see me look up to look for a date, that's why. So on the 14th, I sketched and scanned the missing, well, not missing illustration, but I had a space in my chapter 3 layout that I basically needed to do an extra illustration for in order to get all my other elements aligned properly the way I wanted them to look for that chapter. So I noted that I scanned that illustration that day. Also a biggie, I re-uploaded corrected files for both books 1 and 2 to both Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing and to Ingram Spark. That was no small feat, you guys. I realized I had a pretty critical error on the information page of my second book that absolutely had to be taken care of with urgency. And so since I was going through all the trouble of updating those files, on both publishing platforms, I went through both my first and second book and corrected a couple other minor errors that I've just noticed along the way. Mind you, this is of no cost to me, thank goodness, but it's just a very tedious process to update your files on those platforms, especially because I do both ebook and print book, so it doubles everything. But that was a huge win for that day. It was something I'd been putting off for like over a week. So anyway, moving on to, tax day, the 15th. I wrote more that day and I finished chapter 6 of my fourth book's manuscript, and I completely finished with the illustration, getting it fully into alignment with the text for chapter 3 in InDesign. And I also that day designed the stationery for my narrator's diary pages. That's something you can see in my most recent week in my life video. It's very close to the end if you're curious. And last but not least, on the 19th, which was yesterday, I finished my character's sticker sheets, which also go onto her diary pages. So that was pretty cool, and that completed the chapter 3 layout for my third book. All right, so I'm gonna chat with you guys really quickly because it's been a while since I had an entrepreneurial chat at the end of my weekly Wins Wednesday video, so I'm gonna do that this week. I wanted to share with you guys that I sort of took a step back from my business as far as recording for YouTube, and in so doing, it helped me put into perspective all the things that have changed for my business since January, when I really restarted things for myself and my business. So in January, so just 3 months ago, I had total writer's block. I didn't even have the first illustration started for my third book. I didn't have the layout file started. And I also was just feeling so like under a rock from everything that had happened in my personal life in the fall of last year. So I more or less started this channel with the idea of help me get my creativity back. And I was just recording myself doing little art projects every day. And I chose a different art medium each day that I recorded. And so since then, I've progressed to this point that I'm at now where I'm actively writing my 4th book's manuscript. I have reissued books 1 and 2 with the corrections, which is actually pretty cool. And my 3rd book is really like coming along so well. I'm so happy with how it's turning out so far. And I literally can't wait to, sort of be able to put myself on a timeline for when I'm going to get it published. I know it'll be this year. But the point is, YouTube has helped me drive forward in all these projects because having an audience kind of keeps me accountable for what I'm doing. And I also really do enjoy creating videos and sharing the process with you guys. So I am really hoping that the algorithm picks me up a little more in the coming weeks because I'm really looking forward to, really engaging with an audience and receiving comments and being able to feel like I'm, really talking to a group of people who shares my interest in writing and art and having a creative entrepreneurial endeavor going on. As far as what's up next, I am going to be, I think I mentioned, I'm going to be traveling next week, but when I get back, I'm going to be doing things like updating my website, updating my social media. I'm going to 100% get my Instagram account restarted in the month of May. And I'm also going to start designing products for the character universe, which is going to be a brand new endeavor for me. I'm really excited for it. I'm very nervous for it, but I'm really happy to take you guys along with me for the journey. So please stick around. As always, thank you for being here. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. And if you feel inclined, check out my book website and my it's not a very active Instagram account yet, but if you want to follow it now, it is going to become active again next month. So that being said, happy Wednesday. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you guys next time.